Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to tell you a story of a young boy who had to give up everything he had in order to gain everything he dreamt of. The story of my grandfather. Ever since he was a little kid, he had no choice but to take care of his siblings all by himself. In a family where no one even got a proper middle school education, he left his village in Western Syria to get one. Beginning from the time he studied in Aleppo in middle school, he had to share an apartment with crowded groups of older students because of economic reasons. After high school, he made an even bolder decision and came to Turkey for college. That's when he met my grandmother. And when they decided to get married, he officially became a legal Turkish citizen. When he got married, he was still in university. At first, he was studying to become a French teacher, but later on he decided to switch to radio television because, you see, television was starting to become a big thing in the 70s. He could only graduate after his second child was born. He began looking for jobs after the radio television industry, but he could not get a job because he was an immigrant. You see, he looked like any other Turkish citizen, but he sounded different. So he continued looking for a job, and he was finally hired as a translator at the Ministry of Interior. While I was working there, he heard that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs had an exam to hire new diplomats. So he studied and entered the exam and passed it successfully. That's how he became a diplomat, which was a very difficult thing to do considering he was an immigrant. He represented Turkey in countries as Sweden, Germany, Greece, and many more. From being a simple Syrian villager to representing Turkey globally, he had lots of ups and downs in his life that all helped him get to the place he is right now, living a peaceful life in Ankara with my grandmother. But of course, this happiness would have never happened if he hadn't left some of his struggles behind and faced new ones. Now, his journey is shocking and complicated, but it's not just him. According to researchers, in 2017, around 467,000 people have immigrated to Turkey. The same year, around 254,000 people have immigrated from Turkey. The adventure we call immigration is everywhere. Probably almost all of the people in here are going to or have already experienced some kind of traveling or moving away in their lives. And although some may see it as a sign of weakness or dishonor, it actually requires lots of courage. It's a very challenging journey. Of course, the whole tangible process is very exhausting, but the social and cultural struggles are even more vigorous. The communities may come from the same roots, but that's where the resemblance stops. No two nations are identical. And leaving your home to live somewhere else forever is a frightening idea to think of. As an immigrant, you usually have to learn a new language, adjust to a brand new lifestyle, learn about a new culture, and try to live your life up to those standards. Deal with discrimination every day and often have to work twice as hard because of the lack of opportunities. My grandfather says that he was teased because he wasn't as perfect as others. And he had trouble finding his own path. No matter how messed up his childhood home was, it was still his home, and he misses it every day, even sometimes sees his old village in his dreams. You know, if there is something I learned from my grandfather, it's that when the right time comes, you need to choose which problems you're going to face and which problems you're going to leave behind. Because, ironically, if he hadn't stepped out of his comfort zone decades ago, he would be in a literal war right now. I didn't think I would be on the stage because I personally did not have a life-changing, inspiring story like my grandfather does. But standing here, I know that if I pick my battles right, I will too write my own story. And so can you. Thank you.